Has KASPA really solved the blockchain trilemma? That's what we're diving into in today's video, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gordon Frayne, and if you enjoy the content, please make sure to give a thumbs up on the video below. Hit that subscribe button as well, and if you want to get notified about similar videos in the future, make sure to smash that bell notification icon, and don't forget to grab your completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. There's a link to it down below the video in the description. It's 100% free. Grab it now. It's my gift to you, and let's get into the video. So we have made plenty of videos and content about KASPA on the channel. I will leave some little buttons to those up at the top of this video. We've done price predictions, we've dived into the mining setup for KASPA and how its proof of work consensus mechanism is very similar to Bitcoin's. We talked about its emission schedule and everything going on the charts for KASPA. But today, I really want to dive in on the blockchain trilemma conundrum that KASPA, at least in theory, has potentially solved. So again, a quick recap here, guys. If you're not familiar with KASPA already, it has been one of the best performing tokens of the year so far. Jumping over to the chart very quickly, up and to the right for all of 2024, we've seen this line acting as a very solid level of support going all the way back to, pretty much May, June, July of last year. KASPA has been performing exceptionally well. We've gone from prices around the 5-cent level in November of last year to where we are today, sitting above 16 cents, but we've even peaked up at the 20-cent level here right at the beginning of August, just about 6 to 8 weeks ago. So KASPA has been performing exceptionally well over the course of 2024 thus far. And if we take from the beginning of 2024 here, right at the beginning of January, we're up about 55% where we are today, and we were even up close to 100% on the price of KASPA from January 1st this year, when we hit those 20-cent all-time highs back at the beginning of August. So it's no secret KASPA is an exceptional performer when it comes to price action. But what's going on under the hood? What is actually happening on the blockchain level? Well, KASPA has a very interesting blockchain architecture in that it is set up in such a way that it uses a proof of work consensus mechanism in combination with this directed acyclic graph or block DAG structure. So whereas Bitcoin's blocks get mined every 10 to 12 minutes in a very sequential fashion, one block is mined, 10 minutes later the next block is mined, 10 minutes later the next block is mined, KASPA's directed acyclic graph technology and this block DAG architecture allows it to have a more scalable blockchain structure underlying everything that's happening. And I think we're going to be scaling up to about 10 blocks per second with the next update that is happening for KASPA's blockchain. So the image here is basically just explaining the difference in that Bitcoin's blockchain, for example, is working on a linear system where transactions are recorded in blocks in a sequential fashion, whereas the block DAG used by KASPA can reference multiple predecessors instead of a single predecessor, and at an average rate of 1 block every second. That is 1 block every second right now, guys, but that is getting updated to about 10 blocks per second with the crescendo update in the coming month. So lots of exciting stuff happening on KASPA. And again, just to visualize what's actually happening here, Bitcoin's blockchain is a more linear type of structure, whereas the DAG or block DAG structure that KASPA employs allows new blocks to reference, multiple predecessors instead of a single block, as is the case with Bitcoin's linear chain. And this brings us on to the main topic of today's video, which is really about talking and thinking through this blockchain trilemma. And if you're not already familiar, the whole concept of the blockchain trilemma is basically that any blockchain that has been created thus far, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, etc., the problem with the blockchain trilemma is basically that there has to be a trade-off on one of these vectors in order to actually create, a a reliable blockchain that people can use. And up until now, there has had to be a trade-off in either decentralization, scalability, or security. So if we take the case of Bitcoin, for example, Bitcoin is highly secure thanks to the proof of work consensus mechanism and the miners that expend huge, vast amounts of computational power to secure the network. And it is also extremely decentralized because of the fact that it has, thousands of computers all around the world running their own nodes, being able to download their own versions of the blockchain, and it is very, very decentralized. But the problem with Bitcoin, for example, is it runs into an issue in terms of scalability because of the underlying architecture we just referenced. Its linear blockchain architecture with one block mined every 10 to 12 minutes means that there is inherently a scalability problem with the underlying infrastructure. And again, this is why we've seen layer 2 scaling solutions like the Lightning Network come out in order to basically try and solve this scalability problem, because it is the area where Bitcoin has a trade-off when it comes to the blockchain trilemma. Again, Ethereum has a similar issue. You could argue Ethereum is less decentralized than Bitcoin and also, effectively less scalable because of the way that we get the problems with gas fees and network congestion when a lot of people begin to use Ethereum. The problem with the scalability has led to the creation of, Ethereum layer 2 scaling solutions like Arbitrum, like Polygon, and even more recently like Base. So this blockchain trilemma is, it has kind of been this age-old problem in the blockchain space where you can't have all three items working together, well, at least until KASPA, or, in theory, KASPA are claiming to have solved this blockchain trilemma. I do think it remains to be seen whether we actually are able to scale with KASPA and stress test this theory, or the theoretical practice that KASPA has actually solved the blockchain trilemma, but it's claiming to have done so. And let's take a little bit of a deeper look as to how that is actually happening, because KASPA is claiming, at least traditional cryptos have slow block rates, thereby slow confirmations. And since KASPA's consensus layer enables fast, immediate confirmations, again, thanks to that block DAG structure, the KASPA transactions are more rapid. That makes KASPA ideal for applications that demand quick proof of publication. The second way they're solving the blockchain trilemma is with high throughput. Conventional cryptocurrencies suffer low transaction throughput due to their slow block rates. With the Ghost DAG protocol, KASPA's consensus layer enhances high throughput by increasing block rate and block size. Besides, KASPA optimizes bandwidth cost and network infrastructure for optimal throughput. And finally, with their mining decentralization, existing cryptos have slow block rates, paving the way for uneven distribution of mining profitability. In simple words, irregular mining rewards are due to difficulty in finding the block, and thus miners will join larger mining pools to combine significant computing power. However, with the miners joining the network, the mining difficulty increases, centralizing the consensus power into those pools and the hands of a few authorized persons like mining pool managers. KASPA's consensus layer aids fast block rates and evenly distributes the mining income, decreasing the incentive to join pools while contributing more to mining decentralization. So this is kind of like the blueprint that has been laid out as to how KASPA is actually solving this blockchain trilemma. And again, I do think it remains to be seen whether this will work in practice when we get more transactions, more throughput, more TVL, and more daily active addresses and users on KASPA as we continue to scale. And don't get me wrong, guys, I'm still very, very bullish on KASPA, but I do think, I want to see how this network actually gets stress tested. I want to see what happens when we get the crescendo update, when we go to 10 blocks per second, and when we see more and more retail investors entering, when we see more tokens. We just had the launch of KRC20 and smart contracts coming very, very soon as well. But I want to see more stress testing of the network to, be able to fully say that KASPA does actually, in fact, solve the blockchain trilemma. So that is the main topic that I wanted to cover today, guys. You know, we dived into the emission schedule and we looked at some of the chart details on previous calls. But I think, you know, if KASPA is truly solving the blockchain trilemma, then I do think that KASPA will be one of the winners, not just of this cycle, but one of the winners over the long term as we move towards the year 2030 and beyond, in terms of adoption, in terms of KASPA being a true scalable blockchain infrastructure that is going to have millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, and possibly even billions of people using it in the future. So that is it for today's video. A very kind of insightful thought about KASPA and the blockchain trilemma. Again, lots of interesting stuff happening within the entire KASPA ecosystem. I'm excited to keep an eye on it. Let us know in the comments below if you enjoyed the content. Are you holding KASPA as part of your bull run portfolio? Where do you think the price of KASPA is going to go as we move through the bull cycle? And do you think KASPA actually solves the blockchain trilemma? Let us know. Drop us a comment below. Smash that thumbs up button on your way out the door. It really does mean a lot, guys. It's super helpful for the algorithm if you can smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you enjoy the content. Smash the bell notification icon to get notified when we drop new videos. We've got videos coming multiple times per week. We want to give you as much insight as we can. And don't forget to grab your free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. It is linked down below the video in the description. It's completely free. Grab it now, and we'll catch you in the next one.